Hi, I'm G.W. Scott. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of Nacogdoches Hope. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what Nacogdoches Hope is, a bit about our history, how we manage the organization, our financial situation, an update on our ongoing response to the COVID-19 pandemic, highlights of ongoing projects, and other bits of news as we go into summer 2021. Let's start with the basics. Nacogdoches Hope is a food pantry located at 2400 East Main Street in Nacogdoches. Hope has been providing supplemental food to people in need since about 1994. The letters in the word HOPE stand for helping other people eat. That remains our primary mission, though we now offer other services to people in Nacogdoches County along with food distribution. We'll cover those later, but for now, know that we help cut food waste by redistributing about 250,000 pounds of leftover food from local restaurants and grocery stores each year. This is called the Retail Food Program. But retail food's only a portion of the food that we give away. We also distribute donated U.S. Department of Agriculture surplus food through the East Texas Food Bank in Tyler, and we purchase food at steep discounts through the East Texas Food Bank. Additionally, we act as the agent to distribute 1 box per month of supplemental food to qualified senior citizens through the federal Senior Box Program. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization that is governed by a board of directors. The board makes all major strategic and financial decisions, and we don't commit to any major expenditures without the board's consent. Our board of directors is also responsible for overseeing our investment portfolio. That diversified portfolio has been saved over the years, and it represents Hope's assurance that we'll be able to continue our long-term operations in the event of a funding shortfall. Most of Hope's directors have multiple jobs within the organization. We have hundreds of volunteers who carry out the board's decisions in all phases of Hope's operations. A few of them are directors, but many more come from across Nacogdoches counties, community members, church groups, local businesses, or students and faculty from SFA. Many people are surprised, like I was, when I realized that any group of Hope's volunteers always includes a mix of community volunteers, board members, SFA students, and others, and that many of our volunteers are also Hope's clients who receive supplemental food themselves for their families. This is a great example to me of a city citizens helping ourselves while we help our neighbors. Our volunteers represent a cross-section of the people of Nacogdoches, and so do our funding sources. In this chart, you can see that in any given month, our funding comes from donations from various sources and grant money. Donations come from across the county's individual citizens, church groups, civic groups, and of course, the Nacogdoches County United Way. We're so appreciative of how the United Way has been a steadfast supporter of Nacogdoches Hope for many, many years. In fact, one of the first things that new board members hear is always how instrumental United Way support has been to our existence and our growth over the past few years. We feel so strongly about this that we would like to add our thanks to them on a significant space on our retail food delivery truck. If they agree to this, you should see that change to our truck in the second half of 2021. We look forward to having that sign on there. So all those are the basic things about who we are and what we do. Now I'll talk to you a second about the event that took over all our lives in the past year, in which we hope we are moving past the pandemic. When COVID really hit in the spring of 2020, the number of families that we served at Hope grew by over 100%. At the same time, our food contributions through the retail food program dropped significantly as consumers bought up everything that was on the store shelves. So you can imagine that our monthly expenses went up significantly. To deal with the increased client need and the volume of food that was flowing through our building, Hope made operational changes, such as strict social distancing, mandatory masking, moving from client choice, where they walked in and picked their things in their box, to giving identical boxes to each client as they drove by in their cars, putting them in the back of their trunk. Fortunately, our donations went up too, both from the public as well as from organizations we depend on, like the United Way. The United Way really came through for us in this event. So we were super busy, but we made it through that crazy time, and it's dropped off now. In the year since the start of the pandemic, our usage numbers stayed very high, and they got another boost by the extreme weather event we had in February. They dropped somewhat when the government stimulus checks came out in early 2021, and they seem to be staying lower now that the virus patient numbers have dropped so much, and we're getting close to normal again. We're happy to announce that we plan to go back to client choice food boxes starting on July 8th of this year. A big positive change over the last year was the purchase of the church building on the east side of Nacogdoches Hope. For the sake of clarity, we now call our original building Building 1, and the new building is Building 2. A new roof has been put on Building 2. Soon it's going to get a new coat of paint, and we are also renovating the interior of Building 2, replacing the AC units. It's a complete overhaul. We're doing a lot of dirt work to deal with our severe drainage issues that church had experienced. We're going to have those all fixed in 2021. We started a community garden on this expanded site, and we have distributed the first food that we grew ourselves. In the coming months, Building 2 will help relieve space issues we've experienced in Building 1, and it'll add to the services that we can offer clients. We'll also be able to host meetings, special community events, and eventually, we plan to partner with the SFA School of Nursing to offer community health screening and referral services in the 3 former offices in Building 2. We've been very happy and grateful that volunteers from the Chamber of Commerce's Project Nacogdoches program have done such a great job cleaning and painting those offices. We're very thankful to them. Building 2 will also be the new home to Joe's Diner, the soup kitchen where we operated until the pandemic. Joe's Diner operations will return after Building 2's renovations are completed. So to sum it all up, Nacogdoches Hope is an important element in the food system in Nacogdoches County. We help eliminate food waste among our merchants and help our citizens have healthier lives. In 2021, we're moving toward new goals that will extend our services, and we can only accomplish these goals through the hard work of our volunteers, good management by our board, and through generous contributions from individuals and organizations. Thank you for your support.
There will be